Hey everybody, movie reviewer next door here, and I'm back on another review. This time I saw The Babysitter. This is a horror comedy film directed by Mick G. from 2017, and it stars Judah Lewis, Samara Weaving, Robbie Amell, Hannah Mae Lee, Bella Thorne, Emily Allen Lind, Andrew Batchelor, Leslie Bibb, and Ken Marino. In this film, when Cole stays up past his bedtime, he discovers that his hot babysitter is a part of a satanic cult that will stop at nothing to keep him quiet. So, what did I think of The Babysitter? Um, this is another one of those movies I watched just because a certain actor is in it, that actor being Samara Weaving, and also Judah Lewis to an extent, and I'll explain. But I didn't like this. Like, it's one of those where I don't outright hate it as much as I am disappointed that you have this story and it's not a lot better. But yeah. Let me get to the cast before I get into this film. Also, spoilers. s- Spoiler warning. Judah Lewis plays Cole Johnson. He's in this movie supposed to be a 12-year-old. I was under the impression he was a high schooler in this. Like, he looks young enough, so I guess it kind of works, but especially with the second film, with when that's supposed to take place, it just looks really weird. But Judah Lewis, I think, is a good actor. I think I remembered him. Um, what I most recently saw him in was Suitable Flesh, which even though I wasn't huge on that film, and bet I like it more than this. I still thought he did a good job, and I thought the acting all around in that film was pretty good. He's also in the film I See You, which I still haven't seen yet. Um, but yeah, he's good in the film. He plays a not annoying main character. Samara Weaving plays B, his uh, his babysitter. Samara Weaving is very possibly my favorite actress working today. Um, or favorite young actress. Um, I guess big high budget movie wise, people would know her for Babylon. She plays Margot Robbie's like stunt double, I guess. Let me see. I'm looking through the cast. Nope. She's just a random other character. Okay. But she's known for horror films like Ready or Not, which I still have yet to see. Or I might have seen it, but I just don't remember. She was in Three Billboards Over Ebbing, Missouri. Guns Akimbo, which she's awesome in that. Mayhem as well, she's awesome in that too. Uh, she's in the new movie Azrael, or newer movie Azrael from E.L. Katz, which I still have yet to see. Um, she's in Monster Truck. She's in a lot of movies, and apparently there's maybe going to be a Ready or Not too, which I am kind of curious about. But yeah, I think she's a fantastic actress. I especially in terms of playing crazy women. She's really good at it. She's pretty terrifying. I always thought she'd make a amazing Harley Quinn. But yeah, she is good in this. She's just underused. There are times in the film where the film almost forgets that she exists. Like, she's there for most of the first third of the film. She's like a big part of it, then a little bit of the second act, and then she kind of just comes back in during near the middle of the third act. So she's not really the star or anything like that. I kind of wish it focused on her more, but she's still good, even if she doesn't get to go super crazy like I want her to. Robbie Amell plays Max. He's kind of the gym bro of the cult. Yes, this is about a cult. Um, I don't have a lot to say about Robbie Amell as an actor. Like, I don't think he's bad. He he was in the Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City movie, which I really don't want to watch. He's in Code 8, which I guess people liked on Netflix and never seen. But He's fine here. I think he's decently funny at times, and I'll get to the comedy, but I think he's one of the few characters that genuinely got a couple laughs out of me. Hannah Mae Lee plays Sonia. She's kind of the weird Asian bitch. That's literally her character. She's okay. Bella Thorne plays Allison. She's a cheerleader. She is the character that annoyed me the most. I think Bella Thorne has given okay performances before. She was in a film that I guess I was the only person that enjoyed it even a little bit. Measure of Revenge, starring Melissa Leo, which I thought she was really good in it. Melissa Leo. Um, she's also in. I think she was in something else that I saw semi recently. Uh, Maybe not. Oh, she was in Assassination Nation. Yeah, she was barely in that. That movie sucked ass. But Bella Thorne here, her main joke is, "Oh, my boobs. Ah, some no one's gonna want to motorboat my boobs because I got shot in the boobs." That is the main joke with this character, and it gets really old really quick. Um, and also like so many of her lines, like I swear to God, she's drunk on set. Like she's barely in the fucking movie. Like she's in the one scene like kissing Samara Weaving because haha hot lesbian kiss, I guess. Then she gets shot in the tit and whines about it. She passes out and then she doesn't pop up until like the last 15-ish minutes of the movie. So like she's barely there, but like she's so fucking annoying. Emily Allen Lynn plays Melanie. She's the next door neighbor. She's there. Uh Andrew Batchelor, King Batch, he's plays John. He's very annoying too. He's almost as annoying as Bella Thorne, but he's barely in it. Leslie Bibb plays the mom. She's okay, and Ken Marino plays the dad. He's okay. This, I'd say, the main issue with this film is that it shouldn't have been a comedy because Mick G as a director, I think, is very like in terms of quality for his films, it goes way up and down. Like Terminator Salvation, even though it completely fucks with the timeline of the series, I think it was fine. I remember, I like his best film. I think is the Charlie's Angels films. Like both of them, I remember being pretty fun, pretty self-aware, and I remember the comedy being funny. The most recent movie of his I saw, or the most recent movies of his I saw, were 3 Days to Kill with Kevin Costner, which it was okay. And I'd say the same for Uglies. Like Uglies didn't like offend me with how it was. It's a clearly well-made film. It's just that there's not anything setting it apart from literally every other young adult adaptation. But I've seen a good amount of this guy's movies, but like and he used to be he was mainly a music video director. So I'm just like his direction here is fine. I'll give him that. His direction in this film is perfectly fine. But what he does with like characters and their interactions, the absolute worst thing this film does is that whole like, "Ha, look at me, I'm hip" thing where they want to and again, I'm the type of person that loves to talk movies with literally anybody. I never shut up about them. These characters make me want to like these characters make me want to rip the fucking drywall off the wall. Like rip 2x4s out of the wall. Because the way these characters talk about movies feels so artificial and so fake. Where you have these characters talking about, okay, you can choose 6 people to fight something at the end of the world or something, and they're picking the most milk toast things. They're picking Star Trek characters. They're picking aliens and predators, and it's like, oh my God, this feels like nothing a 14-year-old. Well, okay, the first off, the main character is supposed to be 12. The babysitter and him don't feel like real people when they have these conversations, and it's a good thing they don't do as much in the first 30 minutes, but they kind of go off the fucking wall later where they just start referencing things and it's like, haha, we're hip. We referenced a thing people like. And yeah, it was just mostly really annoying. You have a lot of characters that make jokes like oh God, what was that one joke? I should have written them down. They were so bad. Oh yeah, there's a bit where they like he's like puppeteering like the dead guy's mouth that they like sacrifice for blood. What Sacrifice Samuel as they call him. Um but he like opens his mouth and says, "What's in the box?" when they're talking about a box, and I'm like, really? We're like referencing media is not a joke. That's not dialogue either. It's just a really poor attempt to grab the audience with like, "Oh, you remember this? That means the film's good. It referenced something you like." It's like in video games where they're like, "Oh, you got to go down Craven Street and then go down Romero Lane. You got to go to the Eldritch Mansion." It reeks of like Notice Me, and it just really made me not care about these characters and just like I know you're supposed to want them to die, but none of them are scary. Samara Weaving is really good at being genuinely scary, and she brings almost none of that to the film. She has some moments where she has some funny bits, and the only character that genuinely made me laugh normally or like a couple times was Robbie Amell, mostly because of the running joke that he doesn't wear a shirt anywhere. That was kind of funny. And him constantly like whenever Cole like actually fought back against him, he's like, "Way to go, Cole." And he's like, "Oh, does that mean you're gonna stop killing me?" And he says, "Fuck no." I liked that. I like the jokes between those characters, Cole and Max. Like I liked those jokes. But most of the other characters, like again, Bella Thorne is one note, talking about her tits, which makes sense given that she would go on to become the number one model on OnlyFans, which whatever. Hannah Mae Lee's main joke is she's creepy and weird and crazy, which okay. And King Batch is just King Batch. It's Andrew Batchelor is not a good actor. Like if somebody can find me something that he's actually good in, I might change my opinion, but like he's not good here in that he's just doing his Vine shit, which I never found him funny as a Viner. Like the whole like, oh, let me get a spoonful, and then he picks up a big spoon. But like, yeah, I just always found him fucking annoying. Um, oh yeah, the soundtrack. Again, I know a lot of these 80s throwback movies love to do this, and I usually am okay with it if the songs at least blend well with what's happening in the film, but they almost never do. It's just characters referencing movies. You might see a movie clip. I think they show a clip of Billy Jack, which is an interesting movie to pick. I don't remember if that's what it was. Um, let me see. Yes, okay. It was Billy Jack. Yeah, but yeah. Um, yeah, like that was kind of cool that they like in like the reason I'm not giving this film a lower rating than like a 5 out of 10 is mostly because it is well set up. Like a lot of the things are well set up, like don't do this, no violent movies, whatever. Like they set things up well and they deliver on them in the second half. And I do think the sequel does that somewhat, even though I don't like the sequel. I like the sequel even less than this. I'll get to that though. But you like it you have all of that, but then you kind of ruin it with the dialogue. Like the dialogue is so unbearable that just everything feels like it's all for nothing. Like you have all of this like really good editing, like good cinematography, some nice shots. Like there's this bit where it's in first person, it's a one take from Cole's point of view of B coming into the house, his parents leaving and everything. I thought that was nice. There's this bit where they do the like Requiem for a Dream effect where the camera's like in front of his face where he's when he's freaking out in his room because he knows what they're gonna do. Like I think some of these choices work really well. Um, and again, there's some really nice shots, but again, it all feels wasted when you see the finished product. Um, oh yeah, the like oh god, the like weird sexual tension shit between uh our main characters, well, between B and Cole. I'm glad they don't try to deliver on it, but they do have Cole kiss his neighbor, who I'm guessing is also supposed to be 12, which I'm sorry, I don't want to see children kissing. I don't care if it's not quote unquote sexual. It weirds me the fuck out and I find it really creepy. You could have had it be a kiss on the cheek, that would have been fine, but it's like a full-on kiss and I'm like, "No, we don't need this. It's creepy. I don't like it." Um fucking oh yeah, even with the film being only 85 minutes, literally an hour and 25 minutes, it takes a good 35 minutes into the film for the story to get going. And once it does, like there's not really a lot to it. It's just kind of your normal home invasion, try to escape the house thing with the main character making a lot of stupid decisions. There's many points where you could just run to somebody else's house or and he doesn't do that until the very near the very end. There's uh like a lot of really slowed down scenes that I'm like, this feels like a movie that's paced for like a 2 hour runtime at times, but it's just like super like stretched out scenes in a less than 90-minute movie. Uh, but yeah, like there's still stuff to like in this. Like again, Samara Weaving and Judah Lewis do great. They do good work, even though I wish Samara Weaving would go a bit crazier since this is supposed to be like a throwback to 80s films where you have all this over the top these over the top antagonists. Why not do that with her? Um the score by Douglas Pipes is still pretty good. I like the 80s throwback feel when it's like an original score rather than just throwing a bunch of 80s songs because you bought the license. Um, again, the direction pretty solid. Uh, oh yeah, and the gore. I can't believe I almost forgot the gore because it's barely a part of this movie. Like the gore in terms of like how characters die is pretty good for the most part, I would say. Um, but I just wish this film like took itself a little more serious rather than just being kind of a like this is a film where I think taking it like taking out the big comedy part of it would make it so much better. And if it had a better way better writing because the writing here is shit. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Babysitter. If you've seen the film, I know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. If you have any recommendations, put them down there as well. And movie review next door.